on Zoom. I'm sure you've done one of these before. Type in that chat feature questions. We'll have Heather look at those. And of course, Sherry as well has access to look at those. And you can ask away any types of questions when we run through this virtual tour of the ship. Maybe we can have time to tackle some of those questions. Because the only thing I would ask is, and I think everyone's done that, you've done a great job, you're a wonderful group, is if you can mute your phone, if we haven't already done that, mute your phone. That way there's no barking dogs or babies, things like that. And then we'll walk through the ship and you can see it maybe for your first time. Maybe this is not your first time on the ship. And we'll keep you excited about cruising, because I'll tell you what, the goal of this presentation is to bring back that vitamin C in your blood. And when I say vitamin C, I'm talking about SEA. We miss cruising, right? I do, I'm sure you do, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So it won't be long before we can walk you on the ship. Speaking of ship, there she is, right? That's Carnival Panorama. And let me tell you a quick little story about me before I run through the ship. I'm gonna walk you through the cruise terminal, and then maybe I'll meet Heather in the atrium, because she has that as her background right now. I've been with Carnival Corporation now over 20 years, and I used to work on board the ships. I was an assistant cruise director with a sister brand called Princess Cruises. Sherry, you know them well. And I've been with Carnival working with travel agents. I don't work for Dream Vacations and Montebello and that whole group and that organization. That's wonderful. I work specifically for Carnival Cruise Line. And I love what I do, and I absolutely love this brand. And I spent 10 days on this ship, and the first 3 days of my time on the ship was working, which was fun work, but I didn't get to see the ship. So I paid for 7 days, the first 7-day cruise this past December, to see the whole ship at my pace, right? And I didn't see the whole ship in 7 days. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to show you everything in this short time that I have, but I'm gonna walk you through some of the highlights. Deal? So that being said, if you've not seen the new terminal in Long Beach, here she is. Look at this. This is the new Long Beach terminal, which once upon a time housed the Spruce Goose. I'm sure some of you remember the Spruce Goose, right?
Yeah.
The Spruce Goose is right there. There's the Spruce Goose. So we put a model of the Spruce Goose in the terminal to pay homage to that wonderful, largest float plane to ever take off and fly. It was about a minute, I think it actually flew, but it did fly. And it's now up in Oregon in a museum. But the goal of this wonderful new cruise terminal specifically for Carnival Panorama, the check-in experience is smooth and seamless, and we can get you from car to bar in literally 15 minutes. I'm telling you, when you're using a travel advisor as awesome as Dream Vacations, Wendy and Heather and their group are incredible. You're gonna have all of your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and they're gonna make sure that your experience is second to none. What do you say we embark the ship now? So I'm gonna change my hats here. Let's go fun guy hat. What do you say? So we're gonna walk you through the gangway. I'm gonna meet Heather in the atrium. Heather, how about we grab a drink at the atrium bar? I mean,
I love it. Sounds good.
This space is, oh, you're ahead of the game too.
I'm ahead of the game.
This is the heart of the ship. And what you'll find here in the atrium is this beautiful dreamscape, which changes. It's an LED that changes throughout the day. It changes over the holidays. It will change over the different days of the week. You'll see that this is a nice spot to meet, grab a drink, read a book. In the evening, there's music. The quartet trio, I'm sorry, the string quartet trio. Where'd you come up with that? So the string quartet will do wonderful live music in the atrium here, and it's kind of a nice, soft, subtle point of the ship. It's not gonna have loudmouth cruise directors like me all the time. All the time. Sometimes we can have some pretty fun events there. I say we take a stroll up to the Lido deck and take a look at the pool. Look at that. This is the beach pool. And of course, our iconic funnel and the Seaside Theater. What I want to do right now is kind of, because I've just embarked the ship, I want to walk you through some of the spaces where you can grab something to eat on your first day. Now, we know this ship is going to do 7-day Mexican Riviera year round, right? So Saturday to Saturday, this ship is going south. The first sea day is a nice day for you to explore the ship. The second day is in Cabo San Lucas for a full day. Third day is Mazatlan, full day in that beautiful port. And the last port of call is Puerto Vallarta, my favorite, where you're there for the full day as well. You have 2 sea days, then you come back to Long Beach, and those 2 sea days give you time to explore the ship. But we're gonna do that now. When you get on the ship the first day, most people want to eat. And this is where Carnival Panorama comes really, really well equipped with a lot of complimentary and inclusions that are a part of the cruise experience. Out here on Lido Deck, there's a ton of them. One of them is probably your favorite. Now, I hear the roars, even with the mutes and all of that going on. My goodness, people love Guy's Burger Joint. This is Guy Ferreri's Burger Joint. Now, New York best-selling cookbook author. He lives up in Northern California. He's been with Carnival as far as a partnership almost 10 years now. And these complimentary burgers are the best burgers at sea, in my opinion. Now, I'm probably not lying, but I've got to say that because I'm sure there's other lines that think their burgers are better. They're not. These are the best burgers at sea. But if you're not feeling like a burger, you can walk right next door to the Blue Iguana Cantina. Now, the Blue Iguana Cantina has made-to-order tortillas that are freshly made every day. Now, here's my tip. In the morning, on a sea day, come here for huevos rancheros or for breakfast burrito. Everybody's going to the dining room or to the Lido Marketplace. Nobody remembers to come here. You can grab burritos and tacos in the afternoon or breakfast in the morning. It is jackpot. This is a spot you're gonna love. But during the day, if you're feeling like tequila, this is your spot. The Blue Iguana Tequila Bar is on the other corner of the beach pool in the Lido Deck, and its sister from another mister, the Red Frog Rum Bar, is just across from that. So whether you're a tequila drinker or a rum drinker, there's a flair for you on board Panorama, especially in the beach pool area. While watching movies under the stars with that big screen TV, I mean, this location is top notch. In fact, I think I'm gonna pick up a little souvenir cup here from the Red Frog. This is one of my faves. If you don't have one of these souvenir cups from the Red Frog, they're right there. Go grab one. So how about we take a look at one of the aft pool areas? This is the Tides pool. Because I've now grabbed something to eat, I'm feeling like working off some of those calories. And from here at the Tides pool, I have a quick access to some of the new features that you'll find on Carnival Panorama. At the Tides pool area, there's a wonderful little bar that faces off the aft end of the ship. So you can see this view here. Seafood Shack, which is another dining option, but is a pay option, is on the starboard side. And then the Pizzeria Del Capitano, which is 24-hour pizza, is on the other side of this aft Tides pool area. But I don't want to eat anymore, not yet. I'm going to show you more dining options shortly. What I want to show you is the Sports Square. This is for those adrenaline junkies, maybe sort of like me, or for those that want to burn off those Guy's Burger calories. This is the Sports Square. So if you look right there, that is a ropes course that you're actually harnessed into. Below me, right there, is mini golf. There's a pool table. There's foosball, jogging track, and an outdoor gym area. Brilliant. But the highlight and what people absolutely love on this ship, Skyride. This is a contraption that's 150 feet above the ocean. As you can tell, look at the beautiful view. There's the beach pool area and waterworks. Ooh, we're gonna get to waterworks next. We'll go over there and go down that slide. Look at this view, 150 feet above the ocean. You get the wonderful view of the Big Blue, no charge. It gets a little busy on sea days, but my suggestion, my tip is to go to Skyride on a port day. Puerto Vallarta is usually one of the slowest days in the morning. So do an afternoon tour in Puerto Vallarta, then jump on Skyride. Perfect. Never going to wait in a line. If you have any type of line on a sea day, I've not waited more than 20 minutes. So you do have a large ship here. You do have a captive audience when it's a sea day. So expect a little bit of a wait, but it's not overpowered. It's not crazy long sometimes. Let's move on. Let's go to, I told you we'd see the water park. Haha, there it is. This is called the Choose Fun Water Park. So check this out. You've got the red slide and the blue slide. There. The blue slide is hold on tight. There is It's pretty fast, but fun for little kids and big kids too. There's just a height restriction for this, 48 inches. And the red slide right there is the slide where you're going to get in an inner tube. So you sit on the tube and it's more of a casual coast. So if you just want to chill out and take a relaxing run down one of these slides, remember the red slide is the slower slide. But it's a great spot to hang out. But not everyone's looking for adrenaline and craziness. They want to take a peaceful spot for the kids and enjoy a little bit of downtime so the kids can enjoy themselves on a scale that they understand. Now, Carnival will move more than 900,000 children a year. And that's because we have so many ships. Now, one of our partnerships is Dr. Seuss, and this is the Bookville in Dr. Seuss. So we have Camp Ocean, which is for the young kids, for 12 and under. And here you're going to have the different age groups broken out into 3 categories: your penguins, your sharks, and your stingrays. But this is a section of Camp Ocean where Whoville's got, where is he? There he is. Grinch, there's the Grinch. And the Bookville right here has this wonderful book selection. Look, here's my favorite. Green Eggs and Ham. Love that book. So this is a part of the cruise experience, right? You're going to find that you've got the kids area, Camp Ocean. You're going to have Club O2, which is the teen area. And then there's that middle kid tween area, which my son's not even 10 yet, but he's almost in that tween area, which is the Circle C, which is 12, 13, and 14 years old. So we have sections for the kids, part of the cruise experience. Panorama is definitely a spot for the kid pleasers and for those relaxed extroverts, because not everybody's coming on the cruise with the kids. And you know what this is called? Serenity Deck. This is the adult only Serenity Retreat. 21 and over. This section is just for those that want to unwind, relax, and enjoy the forward-facing deck 15 view of the Big Blue. So this is a great spot for those to unwind. But I'm starting to get hungry, and I think I want to burn off some of those Blue Iguana tacos before I start eating some more. Isn't that what you do? Calories don't count at sea. So we might as well head to the gym, which is a part of your cruise experience. There's no cost to use the Cloud9 gym. And as you can tell, it's all been redone. It's a brand new ship. These facilities are brand spanking new, and there's a lot in here, from wet saunas, dry saunas, and the gym equipment that guests can use. So it's quite appealing for those that want to try to keep fit throughout their cruise experience. But let's take a look at more of the inclusions on a Carnival Panorama cruise. You've got this here, which is the Lido Marketplace. Lido Marketplace is your casual dining throughout the day. Each day, every day, you'll have breakfast, lunch, and dinner options up here. Not everyone's going to want to go to the dining room for their dinner experience. I get that. Some people feel that they want to go at their pace, at their speed, and this is usually a spot where you'll see people that will come to enjoy a casual bite every night of the cruise. That's their choice. It's their way to choose fun on Carnival. This has some pretty interesting cuisine, from salad bars to a taste of nations, where throughout the day, you'll see different style or different culinary experiences throughout the globe. So we'll have a deli, we'll have burritos, we'll have different options that you can choose each day of your cruise. But there's also some perks to this location that people always walk by and they don't realize that you can get a complimentary lunch just above this location. So I'm giving you some insider tips. This is the spot called Cucina del Capitano. Cucina del Capitano has a complimentary pasta bar in the daytime. Now, that is something where people don't even realize it unless they accidentally walk by it. So above the Lido Marketplace on deck 10 is this Cucina del Capitano. In the evening, it converts to a family dining experience where the menu completely changes, and that has a small $15 surcharge. So lunchtime, complimentary pasta bar. Evening is the Cucina del Capitano family style dining. My favorite secret spot, actually I'm lying, there's another one later on. We're not there yet. This is my second favorite secret spot. Lunchtime in Gigi's Kitchen. Look, there's the Buddha. The favorite, my second favorite experience here is Mongolian wok. So in lunch, if you're not wanting a burger, if you're not wanting a burrito, if you're not wanting the leisurely casual dining, if you don't want pasta, across from Cucina del Capitano is Gigi's Kitchen and the Buddha, and that is a Mongolian wok during the day, complimentary. In the evening, the menu changes, and it's in an Asian fusion. It's kind of a family style Asian fusion experience where my favorite is the Kung Pao chicken. Oh, you can get it as spicy as you want. And I'm one of those set me on fire type of guys. This is an experience, at least try it once. It's also $15 in the evening for the Gigi's dinner experience. Did you know what Gigi means? Gigi means in Chinese, lucky. Gotta try it once, right? Bet you didn't know that. So you're learning a lot today, right? Yeah. All right, let's keep walking. We're gonna walk now down to deck 5 to a spot where this is kind of a fun spot with my background where I always wanted to do the activities and be involved when I was working on the ship. This is Ocean's Plaza. So now we're on deck 5, walking from the aft forward. And this is where you can get into trivia, you can get into cornhole competitions, you can get into sing-alongs. This is where you can win the coveted prize that all earn to achieve. Yes, this is where you, my goodness, let's mute that. Mute. There. So that is the coveted ship on a stick. How about that, right? This is what happens in Ocean's Plaza. It's a fun spot where there's live music in the evening, but during the day, it's a place where you can get that solid gold plastic 24 karat ship on a stick. Whew, that was a lot to say. Let's move on. So another one of my spots that I enjoy, and I'm sure you do too. For those that have cruised on this ship before, check this out. Guy's Burger Joint is a popular spot. That is fair enough. That's up on Lido Deck, Deck 10. But on deck 5, on Carnival Panorama and her sister ship, the Horizon, which is in Miami, you're gonna find Guy Fieri's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse Brewhouse. Yes, that beer was made just over behind me in the brewery. We have 4 different beers we make on board. You've got a West Coast IPA, you've got a blonde, there is a porter, and there is one other one, an amber. So all made on board, as well as some very creative cocktails that will be made right under that Flavor Town sign. And here's what's great. Secret tip. This is another complimentary lunch spot. When you get on board, if you're looking for a place to eat and you don't want to walk very far, this is on deck 5. Walk to the port side, just over that way. And there is a barbecue outside that is Guy Fieri's Real Deal Barbecue, and you can get it for $0. It's a part of your cruise. I'm talking brisket, I'm talking sausage, I'm talking cornbread, baked beans, coleslaw. This is a part of the experience. Pretty cool, right? In the evening, this changes the menu. The menu changes to options where very affordable. I've seen anything from $8 to $18 where you've got some serious barbecue if you wanted to try a casual dining experience on Panorama and not go to the dining room. Now, 18-hour brisket was my favorite when I was on that 7-day cruise. I would highly suggest the 18-hour brisket or the trash can nachos if you're interested in just sharing something and grabbing a drink and enjoying yourself. There's live music here. It's a fun spot for sure. Ooh, if we keep walking toward the middle of the ship, I'm coming close to you, Sherry. Sherry, I've been waiting for this drink. We're almost at the Alchemy Bar. But this is Bonsai Sushi. And this is another cuisine option on this ship. I mean, all I keep talking about is food and drinking. I realize there's a lot more on board this ship, but there's only so much I can show you in Zoom, right? So what we've got here is the Bonsai Sushi Bar. Now here, I've got this really big boat of sushi, and this is not a complimentary option. This is something where, hey, if you wanted to just grab edamame, it's $2. If you wanted a spicy tuna roll, it's $5. It's very affordable. And, ooh, what's that one? See, it's very tasty too. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. I couldn't resist. The sushi here is incredible. But what gets better is next to it is, whoa, that's hot. This is, I'm not getting near that. That is bonsai teppanyaki. So for Carnival Panorama and her sister ship Horizon, these are the only two ships right now that have a teppanyaki grill next to bonsai sushi where you can have an amazing dining experience. Now, whether you like your beef medium rare or flying through the air, this space is something that's enjoyable for people that like entertainment in their cuisine, right? This is a $38 cover charge though. And it's a very small space. You only have room for, excuse me, you only have room for 10 around that table, around the hibachi grill, and it will sell out very, very fast. But Heather can show you how to make those reservations once you book your Carnival Panorama cruise. I'm eating that sushi too fast. All right, moving on. We have another dining option on this ship. I know, right? Calories don't count at sea. So this is the steakhouse. Now, I chose this photo for a reason. The reason why I chose this photo was you don't see often on cruise ships a lot of indoor-outdoor dining experiences. Now, Carnival Panorama is the third ship of a Vista class series. So you have Carnival Vista in Galveston. You have Carnival Horizon in Miami. And then the third and the newest, the flagship, is our baby here on the West Coast, Panorama. The goal behind the Vista class ships was connecting the guests with the ocean. So you're gonna find more indoor-outdoor dining on the Panorama and her sister ships than you've seen probably in the industry. So the steakhouse, which is a $38 cover charge, will get you indoor-outdoor dining. So if you don't want the inside, you can go outside and enjoy, I'm talking quality cuts of beef, steak, filet mignon, cowboy steak, surf and turf. It's a 4-course dining extravaganza where you'll go into this experience as a guest. We'll roll you out as cargo because it is a lot of food and it's worth that small surcharge. And you have the option of eating inside or outside. Bonsai Sushi has outdoor dining as well. Guy's Burger Joint, which we just left, has indoor-outdoor dining as well. And Cherry on Top, which we're not gonna walk through because we'll never get off this call if we keep walking through all the spaces. The Cherry on Top, which is like the ice cream and sweet tooth spot, that's also got indoor-outdoor dining. So this is a great place to try something different, right? All right, we're getting close. I think it's now time. Heather, we're here.
Yay!
Gary, I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? There you are, found you. I've got my special drink here. This is the spicy pineapple chipotle. The Alchemy Bar here is hands down one of the most popular spaces on any Carnival ship, I would say, where our mixologists are going to, they're going to entertain. They're going to find what your niche is. They're going to find your drink and they're going to have fun with that. And they're dressed up in pharmacist coats and they are your doctor to prescribe to you a concoction from the Fountain of Youth. Now that is actually true. If you open up the menu that lights up, there's a Fountain of Youth section of the ship, of the menu. In fact, now that I'm in that age bracket, there's a drink called the 40's the New 20. I mean, you are what you drink, right? 40's the New 20 is a drink on the menu. There's one called the Deal Closer. There's one called the Perfect Storm. It's a wonderful experience. It's a part of your Cheers package. On Carnival, you can buy what's called an adult beverage package for $54.95 per person per day. It's an adult-only beverage package. And this would be one of those bars where you can get a drink and it's a part of the Cheers program. Every bar you can get it, but this one is definitely a hands down, very popular bar. All right, let's keep it moving on. Otherwise, we'll never get through this ship. It's like me on that 7-day cruise. I didn't see it all. Oh, let's grab some more food. We're in the dining room. This is the aft dining room called the Vista dining room. So this is where you have the option. On Carnival, the Panorama has 2 dining rooms, the Vista and the Horizon. Horizon is the midship dining room, which is traditional. So if you like that 6 o'clock dining time or the 8:15 dining time, early or late, the dining room that's in the middle of the ship, the Horizon, will give you that option. This one here is the Vista restaurant, which is the open, or what we call YTD, your time dining. So here is the place where, hey, you go first night, table of 2, you meet friends on the second day. Hey, let's meet up for dinner. You make a reservation, and you can do the reservation from your phone. You can make a reservation or say, I'm ready to check in for my open dining time. And from your phone, while you're at the Alchemy Bar, you'll get a notification saying your table's ready. Yeah. Welcome to the 21st century. How cool is that? But look, not everybody has these things. I get that. So if you wanted to walk to the kiosk, which is the check-in spot for the Carnival Panorama and this dining room, we'll just give you a little ticket, says you're checked in, come back in 15 minutes and we'll get you a table. So the option's there for either those that are tech savvy or not. It's a great, casual, comfortable dining experience. Look at the decor here. It's gorgeous in the Vista dining room. It's one of my favorite spots. One of them. I got a lot of them, don't I? All right, let's keep moving on. Here's an option that I wanted to touch on, which is, if you're a foodie, I would recommend doing this. This is a space where it's gonna fill up. It's very popular. It's a limited, it's a limited availability, because you get 16 people that can enjoy what's called the chef's table. I don't know if you can read it on the sign there. Chef's table. Now, what chef's table is it's $95 per person, and it is a 7-course dining extravaganza where wine is included. And this is taking our guests from the main atrium, where Heather's at right now, into the galley. And where you're in a working galley during early dining, you're going to see how the inner operations of the cruise ship work during a dining service. Now, some of you may have seen a galley clean and not operating, just walking through it on a tour, maybe on other lines. But with Carnival, we have this chef's table, or a behind the fun tour, where you can actually see more of the working ship while it's in operation. This particular tour, if you are into seeing behind the scenes, I would highly recommend it. I get that it's 95 bucks, but it's got wine included. It's kind of a good trade-off, because the meal is only made for the guests that book into this experience. If you want this menu, you're not going to get it in the main dining room. It's prepared just for these 16 guests, but it's done a couple of times throughout the voyage. And what happens is you walk into the galley, and you will have hors d'oeuvres and appetizers prepared for you in an operating galley. And you're going to see what's going on. It's overwhelming. It's really cool. And then toast champagne while the executive chef makes these hors d'oeuvres in front of you. And then you walk into this dining room, which is in the galley. And there's a window that faces the galley. So as you're eating, you can see what's going on in the galley. And then all the noise from the galley is taken away, because you're in a dining room while you enjoy your 7-course meal. It's incredible. I'm telling you. Chef's table is hands down one of my favorite on this class of ship. Panorama, Horizon, and Vista have it. Okay, I gotta stop talking about food, right? So what do I talk about? Another bar. Here's something you're only gonna find on Panorama right now. Panorama has something called Heroes Tribute Bar. So, story about this. You're getting it firsthand from me. We have sports bars on our ships called Skybox. Skybox was what this was supposed to be called, Heroes Bar. On the way over from Italy, I want to say it was when I get to Puerto Vallarta, the Christine Duffy, our president, got on the ship and felt that the Skybox Sports Bar wasn't what she wanted for the sports bar experience for the Panorama. And on that day, she made a decision that all the sports bars are going to be changed to Heroes Tribute, because her family's been a part of the military. Carnival's had a huge play in the military, all of the armed forces with military rates since we started. We're the red, white, and blue cruise line. So every bar eventually is going to most likely become, every sports bar will most likely become a Heroes, but this is the first one that is a dedicated space to the men and women that serve this country. And I'm telling you, this is a very popular space. Even if you don't drink, at least walk through and check out the memorabilia that's been given to us from some of the admirals and some of the high, the brass that are a part of the military. It's a really cool space to go into. And right now it's only on Panorama, and it's the Heroes Tribute Bar. Pretty cool stuff. All right, last food talk, I promise, because only on Panorama are you going to find this right now. Another option that is not included, but if you're a foodie and you want to learn how to make some of the Carnival cuisine, this is a space that you can learn how to cook some of the Carnival dishes. Melting chocolate cake. You can learn how to cook barbecue, like the Guy Ferrari, the Gigi's Kitchen recipes, if you want some of those. We have different classes throughout the cruise, anywhere from $39 to $59. And you will, let's see if you can see it here. You will cook right there in the kitchen. And this is the dining space or the table where you'll actually try out your cuisine. Pretty cool, huh? And you can reserve this in advance before you get on the cruise, because it's very, very popular. All right, so one last space on the Carnival Panorama before I walk through some of the accommodations, and then we'll wrap up here because I'll be right about 45 minutes, which is cool. This is obviously Sky Zone, another first for a cruise ship. And Panorama is the only ship to have the first ever Sky Zone at sea. So you can slam dunk on the trampolines, or you can play dodgeball on these trampolines. In front of me is the what's called the jousting or a tightrope. There's a few different options that you can play in this space. There's even a rock climbing wall. And the cost of this is $5 for under 5. So if mom and dad want to take any of the toddlers under 5, it's $5 a person. That's an hour. Believe me, an hour is enough, because here's another tip. Don't do Sky Zone on the first day. You'll be sore for the next 6. That's this guy. Because I went in there, I did an hour as an adult. That was $12, and it's an hour to bounce around. And of course, I got my hour's worth, right? And we have a $18 evening glow session where you get a t-shirt. I should have worn my shirt. You get the Sky Zone t-shirt for $18 and an hour glow session with music. It's a wonderful space, and there's never more than 20 people in here. So it's actually a cool spot to be, even if you're not a bouncer or you're not that active. It's just fun to be involved in it and check it out. All right. Wrapping up here, I want to talk specifically about some of the accommodations you're only going to find on a Carnival Panorama, or Vista class, I should say, Vista and Horizon as well. So you've got your interior rooms, you've got your ocean view rooms, you've got your balcony rooms, you have your suites, but there's 3 premium accommodations that I highly suggest for your cruising lifestyle. If you're a kid pleaser, this is your space. Kid pleaser being, hey, I'm going on a cruise with the family and I want one room for everybody, or I want rooms next to each other, but I want to be around other families. This is your space. Look at the decor here. It's very nautical. I love how it looks here. This is a family harbor suite, big sitting area. Some of these rooms hold up to 5, where there'll actually be 5 beds. So you'll have 2 bunk beds and a sofa bed for the 3rd, and then mom and dad get the king size bed here. The balcony would just be over that way, and that would be a nice big balcony for the guests that book into the harbor accommodations. But what does that get you? What are the extra perks of a family harbor room? Well, I'm standing now in the family harbor lounge, and this is a key card access space for only those guests that book those interior ocean view balcony or suite family harbor accommodations. So it costs a little bit more, but you have access to the same space that these other kids are going to be involved with. I shouldn't say kids, other families are going to be involved with, and they're going to hang out in. Board games, video games, there's food throughout the day here, like refrigerators with milk. So if you've got young kids, hey, I just want to grab a milk, walk down the hall, grab a milk. You don't have to go up to the Lido deck and grab it from the Lido marketplace. There's, throughout the day, little snacks that will be served in here as well. And this is a part of the experience. You'll also get a free night of babysitting at the Camp Ocean Night Owls. So mom and dad can go out and enjoy the casino or enjoy the comedy. And the kids will be with peer and other kids of their age. So they'll be quite happy letting mom have a night out on their own. So there's a few perks that are included in the Family Harbor accommodations. Oh, one, those specialty restaurants in the evening that charge, you'll get one of those included in your Family Harbor accommodations as well. So if you had kids under 12, you wanted to go out and check out Gigi's Kitchen for the whole family, the kids don't have to pay for that. So there's a few perks that you'll get in a Family Harbor accommodation. Now, not everybody's cruising with the kids, right? Some people are all about the pampering. Some are celebrating a special occasion, a honeymoon, an anniversary. There's a lot of people that just want to get away and enjoy that vitamin C, SEA, right? This is what I would suggest for those that could care less about everything going on the ship except their room and their spa, because these are spa accommodations. I'm in a spa suite now, which is a category SS. It's the one of the many spa accommodations high up on deck 14 and 15 of this ship. And these come in interior, ocean view. They also come in standard balcony or this beautiful suite here. Now, what you're going to get with this space is a lot more of that pampering, because Cloud 9, which is our spa, has a free gym and some free saunas near the gym that anyone can use. But there's also spaces that you can only access if you're in a Cloud 9 accommodation, or you've bought a day pass, which is $139 a day. Sometimes they'll fluctuate if it's a port day. But if you have a Cloud 9 accommodation, you're going to be able to walk right into this thermal suite and spend the day here, because you've got a wristband that says you're a Cloud 9 accommodations guest, and you have full access to the entire spa. Some of these spaces that would be a charge or a day pass, you don't have to deal with that when you're in a Cloud 9 spa accommodation. This is for those looking for a little bit of extra pampering. So this is a nice perk for those honeymooners or those special occasions. Now, if you're thinking this is going to include treatments like chakra stone therapy or Swedish massage, that would be great, but no. Those are still additional, but there's discounts for those that are spa accommodation guests. So believe me, the spa manager knows who you are, and they're going to make sure you're well looked after. All right, I'm going to wrap up on my favorite accommodation. Yep. For those relaxed extroverts, if you've been on the ship, you've recognized this decor, you know where I'm at. I'm in the Havana accommodations. I am now in a cabana stateroom. So what a Havana cabana or a Havana accommodations are Cuban style, Cuban themed accommodations. And as you can see, they're gorgeous, right? The decor is very Caribbean. There's interior, there's aft facing balcony, the back of the ship. Then there's also these cabanas as well. And what this is going to get you is a wristband. Actually looks just like that. That's my Havana wristband from my cruise in December. And this wristband is going to get you the access to this exclusive pool area just for those Havana accommodation guests. Yes, nobody else can come in here unless you have that wristband. I know what you're thinking. I'm going to go on eBay. I'm going to find someone that's been on a cruise and I'm going to get a wristband. Easy. I'll walk right in there. No, the wristband changes every cruise. Just book into the Havana accommodations. I'm telling you, it is the experience that I will only cruise moving forward, whether it's a Vista, a Horizon, or a Panorama, or the new ships coming out beyond that. This pool area was an amazing experience. I walked right out of my balcony, which is right here. So I walk out of this cabana and I walk right to this pool area. And I never saw a soul other than the people that were on the same deck as me. And I hung out in this beautiful Havana aft facing pool on deck 5 with a cocktail. Here, you know what? I'll grab my little souvenir cocktail. And I looked at that beautiful view of the Pacific. I mean, this is one of my favorite spaces, the Havana accommodations. And that right there, folks, is my best of for the Carnival Panorama. Whew, look at that. 45 minutes. I'm pretty proud. I'm proud. Heather?
You did great. Yeah, you did fabulous, Drew. I agree with you. I love the Havana cabana rooms. I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah, I was blown away by my first experience there. And I'm telling you, Panorama's got a lot. You know, we're not trying to be all things for everyone, but there's so much variety on this ship where even if you're not a Carnival cruiser and you're going with the family, you're going to find a nook, you're going to find a part of that ship where you're going to say, you know what, they're doing a good job for reaching an audience that can meet many different age groups, styles, tastes. This ship, hands down, is one of my faves. I'm proud to have it on the West Coast.
Yes.
True story. We haven't had a new ship on the West Coast, a brand new ship, in over 20 years. So when Panorama arrived here, December 9th was the first day it actually pulled into Long Beach. We hadn't seen a brand new ship on the West Coast until this ship got here. And all the new ships go to Florida, right? Which is great. There's much more demand there, but to have something on the West Coast, if you haven't seen this ship, I highly recommend it. Even if you could care less about the Mexican Riviera and those ports of call I told you about, just check out the ship. It's worth it.
Right, because I agree. I mean, the ship is so is a destination in itself. There's so much to do and see in 7 days. So I agree. If you don't like one of the ports, or just only want to spend a couple hours off the ship and seeing it, it's a great time to just explore the ship with less guests.
I completely agree. I'm switching back to my choose fun hat now.
Okay.
Drew, you ready for some questions? We've got a couple queuing up here.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you. You've been over there at that Alchemy bar. How many deep are you?
I mean, just 3/4 of one. But
Congratulations.
a little floating jalapeno in it, so I'm entertained.
Hey, I'm all about the spicy.
All right, so our buddy, let's see, Randy Scroback would like to know how Carnival will be serving food in the buffet, if we know yet. I'm sure that there's a lot of gray area around that at this point. But.
I think that's a great question, Sherry. And Randy, thanks for that. I see your question here now. I'm looking at it. And I guess I should start off with, there's going to be a lot of things that might be in this chat that I'm not going to have the answers for. And my boss won't have the answers for. My boss's boss won't have the answers for. Unfortunately, we're still in that living in the land of uncertainty, and I'd rather not speculate. But what I do know is that we as a company, and I'm talking Carnival Corporation, we're going to make sure that we roll out protocols that are, one, safety and health and security for guests and our crew are number one priority, but we're not going to roll out policies that we're potentially going to have to walk backwards on because the CDC or governments are going to say, you've got to do this now. So we just have to wait right now. So I don't want to speculate. We just have to wait to see how we will be serving food in the buffet. I'm sure there'll be adjustments initially to how the cruise operates once we resume service. I want to say, think about what happened in 9/11, when we said we would never go on a plane, right? And when you first went on a plane, you used to not be able to bring nail clippers, right? Okay. Look at that now, right? So there probably is going to be a point where initially you're going to see some changes and you're going to go, yeah, that might not be for me. But as we get through this, and we will, you'll see that it will be an adjusted version of what we all love. So I just ask you to hang tight. That's actually a great question, Randy. Thank you. I wish I had more for you.
Michelle DeGroot would like to know, how is the engine vibration or noise down in the family harbor rooms? And I think Michelle, you're probably asking that because it's on deck 2. Is it on 2? Yeah, so she's wondering, how is it down low?
Low. See, you've been in the Vista dining room, and you were on the 3-day cruise, weren't you, Sherry?
I was just at the media event that wasn't
1-night cruise.
Yeah, so I didn't even get to go on the 1 night. It was just like a 6-hour.
Right. Yeah, we did the event. Yeah, we're not allowed to do 1-night cruises anymore. But that's a good question. Was that what? I didn't catch the name.
Michelle.
Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Good question. Deck 2 is where the family harbor accommodations are, and as of now, we have 0 complaints of any of those vibrations from that ship. And let me tell you why. From that location. Let me tell you why. Deck 2 is where the passenger or the guests level is, and there's actually a deck below that, deck 1, which are your standard ocean view rooms, and there's some run-of-the-mill interior rooms down there on deck 1. Below deck 1, there's something that is called, basically it's deck 0. There's a deck 0, there's a deck A, there's a deck B, and there's a deck C. There's no engine noise on any Deck 2 family harbor rooms on any of the Vista class ships, to my knowledge, because when we have those those engine noise vibration rooms, we actually do know which ones they are. The guest services desk has a complaint file on them, and most of them get fixed, but then sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get those fixed. But if you're considering family harbor rooms right now, you're good. I've not heard of any complaints in that area because it's not at all that low, to be honest.
Okay, so next question is from Molly. And Molly said, my son would love to know about the arcade.
Ooh, so I didn't show it in the video, goodness, my walkthrough. I miss my video days. I used to show videos. So the arcade is actually called the Warehouse. And the Sky Zone, so when I was in Sky Zone, if I would have walked to my right when you were looking at the Sky Zone photo, there would have been a check-in area for Sky Zone and then a stairs case that goes down into the Warehouse. And there's a lot of good games there, like virtual reality games and some of the new stuff. I don't know if there's any Fortnite stuff. Does Fortnite have video games? I'm not sure what the kids are doing. My 10-year-old, like almost 10-year-old, likes the Fortnite. But there is a Warehouse arcade. It's not an inclusion, so it's got one of those little, like Dave and Buster's, right? You go and Dave and Buster's, you put some money on a card and you just charge away. It's one of those types of experiences, but it's right next to Sky Zone.
Cool. Scott Tooker, I missed your question earlier, Scott. Scott said, how is Carnival going to bring back their crew members? And I think what he's not talking about repatriation. He means like, okay, when we're sailing, how are we going to get them back on the ship?
Great question. That's another one. And I hate doing this, everybody. Scott, I apologize. And if there's more of these, I'm going to apologize in advance. There's going to be a lot of stuff where I'm going to go, I can't answer how that's going to happen yet. I'm sure there's going to be different restrictions for different countries, who can come, who can not come, where the cruise is going. I don't want to speculate, but there's still a lot that needs to be ironed out with the CDC and the different ports of call. I would say there's probably a dozen things that have to happen all at the same time for cruising to resume and to resume safely. And there's, as John Heald, I'm sure many of you all know, our brand ambassador, you know, there's a lot of beards out there that are much smarter than me and have more influence and know what's going on than me. So we'll just have to be patient and hang tight. I don't have all the answers yet.
I'm sure they don't have the answers yet either. I mean, it's all up in the air and it depends on each individual country and the ports of call and their restrictions. I think it's so fluid.
Yeah.
This one should be a little bit more straightforward for you, Drew. How many pools are on board? This is from Mike. Mike Mazeral said, how many pools are on board, including Havana?
Ooh. You've got Havana, that's deck 5 aft. You've got Tides, deck 10 aft. You've got the midship pool, which is deck 10 mid. So those are the 3 pools that are accessible by guests. Now Havana, obviously Havana pool area is only for Havana accommodations. And the caveat to the Havana pool aft on deck 5, if you're in a grand suite, you actually would have the accessibility to get in there as well. But there's technically 3 large pools for guests to enjoy. If you're in the grand suite general population, you can get into the Havana pool. Is that what you mean? Yep. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Insider tip. You'll get it here. But I know nothing about resuming operations. Sorry. But insider tip, I'll give you those when I know them.
Okay, so I have a question regarding the Serenity area. Does it have jacuzzis, or is there a pool up there, or what's up there in the Serenity area? Is it just lounge chairs?
Great question. I wish it had a pool. It's jacuzzis that are up there.
Okay, okay.
But let me throw a plug for one of my sister ships, right? So if you are a fan of Spirit class ships, so we have a ship called the Miracle, which used to do what Panorama's doing, right? Miracle is going to be in San Diego, where I live. And when Miracle resumes services, the deck 9 Serenity deck on the aft end of that ship is my favorite Serenity deck right now, until, you know, maybe Mardi Gras comes out. But that's got a big old pool area and a massive bar area that's adult only.
Well, that was kind of why I asked, because I do know Miracle. So the other question is, so what's the difference, since you brought up Mardi Gras, what is, so Diane is asking this, what's the difference between Panorama and Mardi Gras?
Oh, I see that. Diane, good question. Diane Cleveland, cool. So Mardi Gras is going to be what I would call the future of fun. If you remember in 1972, I don't, but I love cruising and I follow the history. 1972, when Mardi Gras, the original, first launched, that was the flagship of Carnival, right? Back then it was called the Golden Fleet, March 11th, 1972. We had one ship, and we called it the Golden Fleet. It wasn't golden. It was one refurbished ocean liner, and we called it the Golden Fleet before we were the fun ships. We ran aground on our first cruise. Someone had the brilliant idea to open up the bars. Everyone was having a good time while we figured out how to get this ship off the sandbar. We made a big impact, a big splash. And during the fun times that people were having while we were run aground, a waiter in his broken English said, "This is a fun ship." And the whole fun ship concept stuck. So when we came out with this new design of Mardi Gras, we wanted to make another big splash. Not like what we did in 1972, but a new innovation of Carnival ships came out. Mardi Gras is 188,000, wait, sorry, I got that wrong, 180,000 tons, and will hold over 6,000 guests at full capacity. Very big. Panorama is just shy of 135,000 tons and holds nearly 5,000 if we filled up every single berth, but it's more in the 4,500 range for Panorama. So the layout, the design, the decor, the look, the feel of Mardi Gras is going to be like nothing you've ever seen on a Carnival ship. It's also an LNG powered ship, so it's liquid natural gas. So it's going to be the most eco-friendly ship ever. And I think moving forward, you're going to see ships that are LNG powered cruising in North America. That's going to be the first one to ever cruise in the North American waters is the Mardi Gras. So it's going to have a new look and feel that you've never seen. Even when you walk into the atrium's on deck 6 on Mardi Gras. So it's deck 6, 7, and 8, and it's called Grand Central. So Mardi Gras is based in what we call fun zones. There's Grand Central, there's Ultimate Playground, there's the Lido, there's Summer Landing, there's French Quarter. It's called Mardi Gras, right? There's French Quarter, and there's La Piazza. You know what, Heather? Maybe we should do a Mardi Gras one of these. I'll walk everyone through a Mardi Gras. We'll talk about that offline.
Oh, totally. So is Mardi Gras still on target to be launched in the spring? Good
question. It was meant to launch this year, but the shipyard in Finland, Meyer Turku in Finland, they have had to shut down. So that there's a trickle-down effect, and it's not just Carnival. There's other lines that are delaying their new builds. So as of now, the ship's launch for Mardi Gras is February 6th of 2021. And I'm telling you, we're going. That's going to be happening.
That sounds great. I love it. I'm ready. Okay, so Drew, tell us, do you have any special offers for us tonight as viewers of the presentation?
I do, actually. I think I put it up right here. How about this? Oh, look at that. Ha! And there's your phone number and your email. So
awesome. Thank you, dear.
So yeah, we put together for those that join the cruise event a pretty cool booking incentive. And hey, if you're looking at Mardi Gras, you're looking at Panorama, if you're looking at any of the Carnival ships, this is your source. Heather and the team over at Dream Vacations are going to make sure that you get the best of the best. Now, remember, I work for Carnival, right? Some people choose to book their cruise direct with Carnival. You're not getting a better deal. You're probably going to be